Welcome to Oilers Nation Every Day with your hosts, Tyler and Liam.
The Edmonton Oilers are going for their 4th win in a row tonight, which will, of course, feel like nothing when they eventually win 16 in a row this spring. Let's get into it with the lead. You like that little bit of optimism there, Liam? Quick, cut to Liam. See what he's doing. I went downstairs. We're having a couples fight on the show to start.
Me and you?
Yeah, right now we're gonna hash out our grievances. First off, the door's open because Jay's late.
Yeah, I saw Jay downstairs.
I know. I go downstairs to get myself a quick snack before the show.
Yeah.
I'm on my way back up. We're on the air in 4 minutes, and Liam is downstairs holding court about Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah. Have you ever seen it?
No.
It's awesome, and everyone downstairs agrees with me.
I don't doubt that.
But you're missing some key context to this.
Sure.
I was making a coffee. I was waiting for my cup of Joe to brew.
Okay.
And then also, as I was coming upstairs, speaking of a different movie, I got our little minions running around down there. I got a question from Tristan I had to answer. And then Reese is asking me some questions. Yeah, show started. Don't worry, I was somehow late too. And yeah, it's answer some questions. And then I was helping Ryder with his AI issue. Starch Madness has gone off the rails quickly for them because AI won't cooperate. You know?
What? AI's got to say?
Yeah.
I guess.
So, nothing we can do.
It's just a mess. We do the show at noon every day.
I got sidetracked.
And I'm here.
I got pulled into the Ryder Lisa vortex myself.
There you go. They're in a fight.
Hey, forget this show. Let's bring Ryder and Lisa on now. Sort out all their issues on
Ty,
the air.
I was here. I was ready to go.
Yeah, damn
You'll
right
always
you were.
have me.
We could be.
It was 11:52, and you're standing in front of the microwave.
See?
No, it was 11:52. I went downstairs for a quick snack.
What'd you get?
A handful of candy to get me some sugar.
Oh, you should have got some of those little wafer cookies that the Germans left.
I also ate a mango.
A mango.
It was a honey mango. It was very good.
Oh,
Interesting.
Would
That's why
recommend.
it was green.
All right. The show, as always, a presentation of Bet365. Download the app today. Tired of hockey fans? Check out Bet365's 3-goal early payout. When your team goes up 3, you get paid. It's that simple. Download the app today. Must be 18 plus. Please play responsibly. We also come to you live from the Sports Closet studio. Check them out online at sportscloset.ca. It is a game day edition of the show. More on that in a second. But the Oilers have a very unique opportunity tonight, gentlemen. An opportunity they haven't had for quite some time.
Only once this season, if I'm picking up what you're laying down.
oh,
Well, they have a chance to
the
win 4
elusive.
Yeah.
They have a chance to win 4 in a row for the first time. With a win tonight, the Edmonton Oilers will have more wins than losses
Wow.
for the first time since October 14th.
Holy
Wow.
moly.
Kind of
Well,
illustrates how the year's been going, hey?
When they were just 2-1 at that point,
Just
I
the
think.
mushy Pacific.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've been doing a little bit of prep, which Tyler claims I wasn't doing.
That we...
What?
Ooh. I'm not going to fight with you this hard on there. We had a conversation the other day, and I'm looking
Keep
at
it in-house.
I'm looking at the part of our prep sheet that is our guest. I wrote all those questions.
I haven't looked at them yet. I don't need them. I won't look. You can have your questions. I'll come up with my own.
Who's
I
the
know
guest?
you will.
Hopefully you didn't copy me.
Zach Phillips from the Leafs Nation.
Nice.
I'm gonna. If this is how the show is going today, there's gonna be more hell than a little. Man,
What?
this earpiece out of my ear, it's pissing me off now.
You're telling. Finally, we can agree on something. So
Jeez. When are you two going to kiss?
When we do, it'll be passionate.
I was trying to figure out, is this the worst the Pacific Division has ever been? And the answer is far back.
Has to be yes.
And the
not-
answer is Wreck-It Ralph's a 5 out of 5 movie.
It is. So right now would have been about the same time that in the 2020 season when the season shut down. Mm-hmm. The division itself had 74 points, with average 74 points between them all. This year is 75. Every other year before that has been 85 or higher. So they're just on pace for record lows across the Pacific Division. I have to complete it first. I got to keep going because I want to find out if they're the worst division since they changed them all. And I think we're on track to make history, if I have to be honest.
Could be a good article for Oilersnation.com.
Well, that's what I'm doing. Dipping my toes in both.
Yeah. That's smart.
At the expense of your relationship, it would
Wow.
appear.
Also, I was trying to put together a mystery player for today because that's obviously a very popular segment that we do.
I can do that if you want me to.
Well, we've done it 3 times for the Kraken already. We're basically out of players.
No.
Can't be.
Have you used Jordan Everly?
There's only 6 of them.
We could just do
You got to get deeper.
There's only 6 of them.
Yamamoto,
Yep.
Devin Shaw, Justin Schultz,
Yeah.
Jordan Eberle,
Yeah.
Larson.
Larson,
Larson.
of course. One more. Jared McCann, not yet.
This player played 66 games for the Oilers in 2020 and 69 for the Kraken in 2022.
My goodness.
I think he might have been a deadline ad. No, he might have been a free agent.
For the Oilers?
Yeah. Centerman, big body.
Bukestad? I just kept thinking him.
Similar to Bukestad, kind of. Just the
don't know.
vibe he gave off was Bukestad-ish.
I don't know.
Riley Sheehan.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, wow.
The Teletubby.
Yes, the Teletubby.
He's
John,
still
it's a-
playing.
You want me to come up with one? I can just do a generic one. How about I do one of a player who doesn't, that team doesn't exist anymore?
Huh?
Yeah,
What?
it could be like an Oiler played for the Oilers and the Thrashers, Oilers and the Nordiques, something like that.
Sure.
Okay?
You get to work on that.
Okay, I'll come back to me. I'll do some prep.
All right, I'm going to let the people know that all game day editions of the show are brought to you by Capital GMC Buick. Capital GMC Buick is dedicated to providing you with the best possible customer service, and they are rated the #1 GM dealership in the country by Dealer Rater, and it's been that way for 3 straight years. I actually think I saw on social the other day. It might be a 4th straight year. Anyways, it's the only GM dealer in Edmonton endorsed by J.D. Power as a dealer of excellence, and 5 players on the team currently drive a whip from Capital GMC Buick. And starting this Thursday, I will be joining that illustrious group.
Wow.
Ooh.
I have
well
heard,
done.
this is breaking news, breaking news.
news.
The newest edition of the Nation vehicle is being deckled as we speak, Jay.
Oh, electric.
It's electric. Shout out to our friends at Capital GMC Buick. All right, tonight, a game against the Seattle Kraken for the Edmonton Oilers, and it's a Kraken team that's in a bit of a peculiar spot, I suppose. They're basically only in the playoff hunt because nobody in the Western Conference seems to really want that 8th seed.
Nope.
Nashville goes. They win 4 in a row, and you think, all right, Nashville's got it. We're going to have the 5 from the Central that complete the playoff picture. And then Nashville just goes and loses 3 in a row. These are the records in the last 10 games for the 6 teams that are in the hunt. Nashville's 5-4-1. LA is 3-3-4.
Oh,
Seattle is 3-5-2. San Jose is 4-5-1.
oh, they're hot.
Winnipeg is 5-3-2. And
Right
St.
on.
Louis is 6-2-2. And they are all firmly in the playoff picture.
And this is Gary Bettman. I don't usually agree on a lot of things that he says about the league. But he was asked once, he's like, why don't you guys think about doing a play-in? This is it. And this is what he said. He's like, towards the end of the season, the way things should play out is that, the schedule makes it those teams play each other so often, it ends up being stuff like this, where teams get so close to it. So, should be a good little
That is
race here.
crazy.
So, if you start to do some math here, if LA wins their game in hand on Nashville, they leapfrog the Predators. If Seattle wins their 2 games in hand on Nashville, they leapfrog the Predators. If San Jose wins their 2 games in hand, they leapfrog the Predators. If Winnipeg can win their game in hand, they're going to move to within a point of the Nashville Predators. It is so muddied. It is so jumbled up right now. And that is why I think we're going to get a pretty desperate Seattle team tonight. And again, just the 3 wins in their last 10 games, but they've started to maybe piece it together a little bit. This road trip they're on is it's like if you asked your least competent friend to plan a road trip for you. This thing started in Florida, then they went to Tampa, then up to Buffalo, and then across to Edmonton.
Whew.
I mean,
Just quick pit stop in Edmonton on the way back to
just-
Seattle.
Yeah, makes sense.
But they also haven't played since Saturday, so they've had 2 days off towards the end of this long road trip.
Wow.
All needed. because of the crazy travel.
I guess an extra night in Edmonton never hurt anybody.
Yeah.
They've got points in all 3 of those games, but just the 1 win
So you're saying they're due?
for a loss.
Yeah. A regular loss.
Yeah, reg loss. They're due for a regulation
I think
loss.
I picked regular loss in my.
Yeah, you did.
over
Yeah,
their
storyline.
last
Regular loss.
over their last 10 games, weirdly enough, it hasn't been their scoring that's been their problem throughout the season. It kind of has been when they've struggled. It's because their goal scoring just can't really keep up. They lack sort of that high-end skill. But over their last 10 games, they are 7th in 5-on-5 scoring in the NHL over that stretch and 31st in 5-on-5 goals against.
Deadly combo.
High scoring, high octane hockey is not traditionally what you associate with the Seattle Kraken.
No.
Wasn't Grubauer having a good season?
He was having a good season. Also,
Still is.
Germans ran into Grubauer today.
Yeah.
our German friends ran into Philip Grubauer today outside of Rogers Place. Grubauer is still playing pretty good hockey. His last time out was the game against Buffalo, where he stopped 34 of 36 in an overtime loss. Time before that,
When you take that.
made 30 saves in a win over the Lightning. So Grubauer has been pretty good still. He's had a great season for the Kraken. And yeah, they're just going to need to keep the goal scoring going. I will say, looking into some of the more underlying numbers, I think it's a little unsustainable how much they're scoring in that same stretch where they're 7th in 5-on-5 scoring. They're 16th in expected scoring. So again, there's probably a mushy middle somewhere here for them to settle into. But one big reason why they've been scoring a lot since the trade deadline, Jay, one Robert McMahon, Bobby, as he's
Selby's
affectionately
friend.
Bobbert. 7 goals and 11 points in 8 games as a member of the Seattle Kraken. Their interest in a long-term extension is already being rumored. Kraken gave up in a 2nd and a 3rd round pick for a guy who's come in and basically been their best player since the trade deadline. That's pretty good GM work.
That's good GMing.
Yeah, he's a good pickup.
That's why Tree Living got fired.
More on that later.
More on that later. Like I said, Zach Phillips will stop by.
He was quick to the pulse on that one.
He was?
Show. Oh yeah.
And I'm sure it had tens of thousands of viewers.
Oh yeah. It's emotional over there.
Yeah, it's tense times. We can maybe talk about that in a little bit, but just sticking on the note of this matchup here tonight, the Oilers' power play has been a big reason why they've been able to beat the Seattle Kraken twice. Their power play against the Kraken in 3 games this year is 7 for 9.
Ooh.
Yeah, that might come to an end tonight.
Why?
They're 1 for 17 since Draisaitl went out.
Yeah.
The only goal is that Nuge goal?
They look it. It is comical.
They just can't get anything.
You can't get anything. They gotta. Oh man.
Like I'm starting to wonder. So they've tried Podkolzin down there. Is it 1 for 17? Does it say on there?
1 for 7.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Thanks. They've obviously tried pods there. I don't think Savoie's a fit. They haven't mixed in Roslovic enough for me, and he's actually been scoring some goals too. Like I think he should be on there. Or the other idea I would go for. I wonder if they would move Nudes down to where Draisaitl plays and just have let Wallman or Ekholm on the top instead. It's a left shot over a right shot and Bouchard, so maybe that changes things a bit too much. But we did see in the Stanley Cup final, they did put Wallman on there. I think it was instead of Nuge, and I understand there was the injury to Nuge at the time, but I thought he looked okay. Wallman hasn't been the same since the final, but still showing the capability to do it. And my first option would be get Roslovic on there. He's kind of playing a hot hand, too.
Well,
I
he can
think
shoot.
that might be the play.
He can shoot.
He's a one-shot scorer, and I think their power play clearly misses a little bit of that.
And we've seen him on it
Can
before.
is he a one-time guy?
No, he's more of like that little snap release.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be. There's just very few. Like the closest guy is probably Podkolzin in the way that he can one time. He's not bad.
Yeah.
So
But you're hard to replace.
ice cold, to give you an idea of if it's maybe starting to generate a little bit better. It's a bit of a mixed bag. Over their last 5 games on the power play, these are their expected goals for per 60 on the power play. So per 60 just because it can vary based on how many power plays you get. 11.3 against San Jose, 2.7 against Florida, 10.3 against Tampa, 18.8 against Vegas. And if I'm remembering that Vegas game correctly, as foggy as my brain might be from the nation vacation, there was, and we were talking about this before, like Bush had a bunch of shots blocked. They were buzzing. McDavid set up Hyman in front once that I remember. So that makes sense. Last time against the Ducks, it was just 8.22. So bit of a mixed bag. I think you're right. We have seen them try a couple of different things, but I think the simplest solution is to simplify it and don't be trying to get all crazy and different. Put the hottest player you have, Jack Roslovic, out there. See if he can score.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trust that Connor McDavid can make it work with him.
Yeah, well, and they got to, they just, even it was still with Roslovic, they got to change the whole setup. They look lost.
Yeah, they do.
They can't, like,
Someone,
you really got to rely on Nuge and McDavid. And Hyman, just own your net, which he does. And then other guy, just go find an opening and shoot it fast.
Someone keeps putting in the chat, they force it to dry and now they don't know what to do. I also think there's a layer of, like, you just take away the element of Draisaitl and it's just easier to defend. You don't have to worry about the one-timer that's coming.
It's not coming.
It's not coming. It's not coming good enough, at least. So that's a big part of it, too.
Yeah. And if it is coming, it's not coming.
Yeah. Like, I think Podkolzin had a good chance against Vegas and Aiden Hill stopped him. But, like, how good was the shot in comparison, you know?
Yeah, you're right when he came across with the glove.
It's like, it was a good chance, but...
Well, like, on that one, Dry is to his knee going up.
Yeah, it's a bit different. Where Podkolzin's like, I just need to make contact.
Yeah, and he did.
Different
so
feel. He did. It was a good shot. Different feel, yeah.
Yep, that's fair. So power play going to be big. Penalty kill is the other side of this, and that's where I wanted to shine a little bit more light on Darnell Nurse and his improved play as of late. He has only been on the ice for 2 5-on-5 goals against in his last 4 games, and over that stretch, the Oilers have allowed 8. So you kind of do the math there, right? He's only been on for 2 of the 8 5-on-5 goals. There's 3 pairings. That would tell you he's giving the Oilers pretty good results over this last stretch. It's been 8 games since he's been on the ice for 2 5-on-5 goals against in a single game as well, which is a problem for Nurse, who I believe leads the team in that metric of games with 2 + 5-on-5 goals against. So he's really steadied out. Him and Connor Murphy seem to be finding a bit of a groove, and I was someone who thought that Wallman and Murphy would be the better duo. Maybe Wallman just a little bit too chaotic right now for a guy like Murphy, but Nurse and Murphy, and part of it too, I think, might be that Connor Murphy's deficiencies as they were sold to us are not quite, he's not quite as deficient in those areas. I actually think he does defend off the rush pretty well. Yep. I actually think he does have a pretty solid first pass. It's not elite. He's not doing a boosh.
He can pass.
He can pass. All right, like when we were given our scouting reports of Connor Murphy coming into Edmonton, it made him sound like he shoots the wrong way and has stone hands, but he is a competent hockey player. Him and Darnell Nurse are working out really good.
Yeah,
Beats pucks.
Yep.
Owns the corners.
I like it. Someone said Knockout Panda Murphy is an upgraded CC. So I guess same mindset of player, and
That's
like
a
the
decent point.
idea of CC was supposed to be like a shutdown guy. And I think the one season CC was fine, but obviously fell off a cliff pretty quick after that. But yeah, I like all the pairings right now. I think Emerson's coming to the lineup too, and done a good job of playing a good pace to his game, which I do think is what Wallman needs too. I think Wallman's at his best when he's getting up the ice as well. Yeah. So I don't mind it too. It's interesting. I was wondering today, because we'll get into a little bit of next year's roster as well today. Like Spencer Stasny, I don't know how you really squeeze him into the lineup, and I don't think it quite frankly matters at the moment. But I kind of forgot he's just around. Also got engaged the other day after the game.
Yeah. So congrats to him.
Congrats
and his
to him. Yeah, the two of them.
Yes, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I suppose.
She posted on Instagram with the caption, "So we did a thing."
Yeah. That was original.
That sucks. But she seems like a great girl, so congrats to them. That's little hint, Spencer. Next time, make it a sponsored post. The ladies love that.
Yeah.
Like I'm one to talk.
Get a full film crew.
Yeah, full film crew. So there you go. Oilers Kraken tonight. This is such a winnable game for them. Happy birthday, Connor Ingram. He's getting the start tonight. That did surprise me a little bit.
Not me.
You're tired, eh? You didn't sleep good last night?
I had a rough night. All good.
Fatherhood related?
Fatherhood related.
Ah, damn.
Daughter with a toothache.
Oh.
And also sick.
Do you know,
up a lot.
One thing I always remember growing up was growing pains.
Oh my
That was bad. I remember that specifically being bad for me, and then being up all night. I never thought about my parents also being up with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sucks.
Yeah,
Toothache.
they don't happen that like these nights just happen once in a while. So last night was got up a bunch.
Did you sleep okay?
No, actually, I didn't. I had a bit of a restless sleep. I slept last night. It says usually on here about 4.5 hours. So not good either.
That's terrible. I was probably pretty close. I was tossing and turning all night too.
Yeah.
Anything
Excited for the
keep-
show? Nervous for the game?
Lost my beer league game last night. Season's
Ah.
over. Lost by 1 goal.
How do you
Woulda,
do
shoulda, coulda, right?
Oh yeah, I was
What
kicking
a-
myself about a few things last night.
Tell him your stat line though.
Yeah, I was
yeah.
good. 4 points plus 4. And we
No,
lost
tell
by
him the
4.
other stat line.
One guy yelled at me, and I told him to shut up.
Damn. No, that wasn't the one I was talking about.
Oh, all right. So, anyways, that's why I didn't sleep. You have good reasons. I'm just an idiot. Oilers Kraken. Connor Ingram gets to start.
Yep.
That's what we were talking about before we
Oh,
got
yeah.
sidetracked.
Ride him. He's hot. We got to get that.
I would have gone Jari tonight just because I don't really believe in this Kraken offense, but I can understand just looking at like Chicago and just going like simplifying. Chicago is the worst team.
I said it was Chicago when we talked about this. Mm-hmm. We'll see if I'm right. I don't know.
I also
I
think
just riding Ingram all the way till that beard falls off.
at the end of the day, this is a divisional game. Seattle probably not going to catch you, but they do have 2 games in hand. They have 75 points. The others have 83.
So if they
Just kind of,
gotta
you know what I
put 'em
mean?
down.
Get your pest. Yeah.
if they win tonight, they're 6 back with 2 in hand. Yeah, okay, you can like bury them.
I think they play. Is this the last time they play Seattle? Yeah, it will be. This is the 4th time.
And Chicago, as much as I'm talking about their offense, they've been held to 1 goal in 2 of their last 3 games.
They're playing all their kids now, too.
Yeah,
and
they're-
they just announced a few guys I think are done.
Free
for the
Connor.
season.
Am I right?
Yeah, get him out of there.
Okay.
Yep.
Hard.
Yep. He deserves better.
Yeah.
Who, Ryan Green and Nick Lawtus are his line mates?
Free Bedard.
Yeah.
Oh, that just reeks of like early Connor McDavid. days.
Tyree
Yeah,
and
You gotta
whoever
free
the
him.
other guy was.
yeah.
He's not going to put up with this.
So yeah, I mean, like again, I could have starting Jari would have been justified. Starting Ingram is justified. They're both coming off good games their last time out. But if Ingram is your number 1, which they've obviously said multiple times that he is, you give him the big divisional game on home ice. So yeah, Ingram tonight. Would fully expect Jari to be back between the pipes on Thursday.
And then you get Vegas on Saturday, right?
Vegas Saturday. So yeah, you can give Ingram the 1 game
That's
off.
a scary one now that he got a new coach.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Well,
I think there's always a bump no matter.
I
who the
was,
coach is.
I wanted to hit the belt line on the Vegas game, but it didn't pay that good.
What do they pay?
It was like plus 200 or something.
Oh, that's
Or
lame.
Yeah, it was, but it's for rightful reasons because they're playing the Canucks. New
Oh,
coach. I
sorry. I
wonder if the
thought you
market
meant when you were
flooded it.
playing
Yeah.
in Edmonton. I was like, I think they were
But
the underdogs.
They had Vegas first period minus 0.5 at plus 105.
So you hit it.
I was willing. Thankfully, I didn't. I did bet it, but I was willing to bet everything on it.
Yeah.
And Vander Kane scored first.
Yeah, 1,000th game last night for
1,000th game
Vander
for
Kane.
Vander Kane. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was the mortal lock of the century.
Do you think Evander Kane's going to play again next year?
Yeah.
I think he might get a PTO. He's just a lot of trouble, isn't he? I don't think things have gone well in Vancouver. But also, too, to be fair, when he was in Edmonton around more of a veteran group, it was relatively fine.
He was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Played-
Yeah. No, someone
played
picked
well.
well. I bet you he can sign 1-year deals till the cows come home.
But like if it's 1 year, $1.5 million, is Vander Kane going to keep playing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he did lose a lot of money.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's got to regain some
That's fair.
capital.
So anyways, congrats to him on his 1,000th game the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday. It's
Hell
pretty
of a
cool.
day.
Scored. Yep. They all wore shirts. He wore a custom suit. Classic Vander Kane stuff.
Probably the last former Thrasher to play 1,000 games. I would think he's got to be the last one.
Last former Thrasher.
'Cause I think it's just him, Bogosian.
What do you mean, like that's an active that came from the Thrashers, or just Thrashers ever?
The last player who played for the Thrashers to play 1,000 games. He's the last player that would have been able to accomplish it, I believe.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
There you go. Now we're
Now
on the
I
same
get
page.
it.
Yeah. Should we play Is It Cake?
Sure, I have my mystery player ready too whenever we want to get
We'll
to
do
that.
it. Well, let's do Is It Cake first.
Okay.
Is It Cake is
Okay.
brought to you by our friends at Oodle Noodle. You can take advantage of the value menu deal and add 2 green onion cakes, 5 spring rolls, or 6 wontons to your order for just $2. Any signature or premium box. Order online at oodlenoodle.ca or just go there to find a location near you and go eat in the restaurant. It's all good with Oodle Noodle. Aaron, how was your leftover Oodle Noodle yesterday?
Dude, it was absolutely banging. You kidding me? It's arguably better the second time around. Soaked in sauces even more.
Yep.
I
It
would agree.
marinades.
It does marinate. It is a marinated dish.
All right. So Is It Cake today?
I
It's
don't
going
know,
to be... Is It Cake today is going to be focused around a conversation that we started yesterday and then didn't finish in classic Owen everyday fashion. But it was basically about, like, you know, you talked about should the Oilers bring back Adam Henrique? And I
Yeah.
kind of said that is pointless. You have other guys who are going to sort of fill the lineup. And then that kind of got me thinking, like,
I said for context, league minimum. Like you're basically bringing back him or Lazar, and they're just a
I
guy
saw both
rotate
Henrique and Lazar at Paw Patrol on Sunday.
Damn.
Yeah.
Those are good dads. I was saying too, it's kind of like Chris Russell when Russell was here and he was $4 million. We're like, we hate Chris Russell. Then he signed for $1 million. It's like, we love this guy. That's kind of how I see it. But I also understand why people wouldn't want Henrique.
we'll debate Henrique.
I can't
more
believe
in a
he's
second.
37.
Yeah.
I thought he was like 34
He's been
looks it.
around
for a long
while.
time.
So the players, the forwards, we're focusing on the forward group today. The forwards that the Oilers have signed for next season. Dry, Connor, Hyman, Nuge, Frederick, Janmark, gross. Podkolzin,
Rude.
Szymanski, and Savoie. And I'm including Ike Howard as a part of this conversation as well.
Yep.
Because I believe Ike Howard will be they should have it in their plans to be a full-time NHLer next season. So, Aaron, can you flash up that roster I put together? So this is kind of your visual.
You have Ike as a full-time NHLer next year?
If he's not a full-time NHLer next year,
Trade
I mean,
him.
you got to trade him. Right?
Trade him. How's he doing in Baco?
Great. I was
Trade
reading some of the
him.
reports from... You're out on Ike?
What are we getting?
Aren't you guys both out on Ike?
I'm in on Ike.
You said if he doesn't score goals in the next 2 years, he's out of the league.
Yeah, I did.
I just
That
don't know.
doesn't mean I don't think he'll score
I don't
goals.
know if we can translate into. Like, he's got to play in the top six. His game. I don't think he can refine his game to be a bottom six guy. And I don't know if he's. Does he have the shot?
I think the shot is there.
Like you can't make him like 39-year-old Ovi and only start him in ozone and only let him skate half a kilometer.
That's
a
what
game.
they're working on, right? Like that's what he's supposed to be working on down in Bacon.
Yeah.
By all accounts, he is.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is your
Iceman,
group.
let's go.
I'm going to throw you guys 4 players. And again, just based on what you're kind of seeing here, we're going to go through the exercise of will they be Oilers next season or will they won't. Is it cake or not cake?
Cool.
First
Now,
player on the board.
Is the game, should it be cake?
Well,
Because
No.
maybe it should, it might not be cake,
it's-
but maybe it should be cake.
it's is it cake?
Is it cake?
Okay.
Also, one thing quickly. I thought Zach Bogosian had already played 1,000 games. He has not. He has played 968 games.
Wow.
He is also,
Old.
yes, and one of the final players to not have a visor.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still playing in the NHL today for
Him,
Minnesota.
O'Reilly, Ben, and Reeves. I think
Yeah.
one of those guys might have thrown on a visor, actually.
Jamie Benn did it for an injury, but then he took it back
yeah,
off.
hated it.
Yeah.
All right, first guy. And I think this one, 6 weeks ago, people would have said cake. I think it'll be more torn now.
Oh, interesting.
Kasperi Kapanen is an Oiler next year. Is that cake or not cake?
I'm going to go not cake.
Okay.
Not for the reason I don't like Kasperi Kapanen. I think he's been a really solid player for the Oilers. I think he can play a role, and if you brought him back, that'd be great. I just think you probably need to give Howard the chance to prove that he can be the NHL player, and I think you can find a Kapanen in season like the Oilers already did once.
So you're saying not cake?
Not cake for me. I love Kapanen. I think he's been a good
Now,
Oiler.
in this game, are you able to go back and change your cake answer based on how it runs
We
out?
won't reveal if it's cake or not till the end. How about that? Because we actually don't know if
Yeah.
it's cake or not cake, to be fair.
Yeah, we're looking at all the plates of cake at once.
Yeah, and then we're going to go through. It's kind of like,
comparing of that one looks like cake, that one doesn't.
Yeah.
But maybe that one's a trick. And
That's the
one-
whole point of is it cake? Is
Well,
you don't know.
but then you can't, like, it's kind of like this.
This one's different because it's all connected.
Yeah,
all
but-
the answers are
yeah.
connected to the one
I
answer.
agree. I think that's right,
They're not
Jim.
separate. Normally, is it cake? It's like, here's a scenario. Is it cake?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, It's an absolute. It's one or the other. It's binary. This one, there's moving targets. It is not binary. We have 3 potential solutions with how many potential cakes?
The question was, do you think Kasperi Kapanen's an Oiler next
Well,
year?
but it slots into the. It all goes down to that image.
Yeah. I would say we'll reveal the cakes at the end.
Yes, we will tell you which cakes are cake and not cake.
Jason
Once
Dickinson
we see
and
all the
Oiler.
cakes, let us try the cakes first.
Okay, sure. You can look at all the cakes. Jason Dickinson and Oiler next season. Cake or not cake?
That's cake.
I think it's
That is a bona fide cake.
I think it's cake too.
I mean, once again, that goes to when I was asking, should he be cake? That's like he better be cake.
yeah, that's got to be cake. Looks like a cake.
I
I
just
think he's cake.
I think Dickinson is cake just because when you look at this image, there is a perfect spot for him. Kapanen, you kind of got to be like, yeah, move this guy, slot him down. Okay, I can make room for Kasperi Kapanen. That then goes to, if you're squinting to make room for Kasperi Kapanen in your bottom 6, do you want to pay him $2+ million, which
what
he
I
could
mean.
very easily get on the market? No.
Are we just doing UFAs or are you mixing in some art? Like, for example, is Colton Dock one of these players? Because people were saying on a Kapanen, it's like, you need a utility guy. I was like, well, maybe Dock can be the utility guy. He's a little bit younger. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of had a step to that in
okay,
here.
not
so.
to get ahead of it. We'll cut that. But I would say cake for
Dickinson?
Jason Dickinson.
And you did some work on maybe what a comparable contract is for him?
Yeah, and I mean, the contracts are all weird right now because obviously we've only had 1 year where everyone had money. But I think the ceiling for a Dickinson, and I really don't think he would get this high, but for the sake of the conversation, high end maybe Pius Suda, which was $4.1 million, which is more than I think he made this season.
Right around there, yeah.
So I doubt he would get a raise because he's not producing as much offense. Low end, I said Nick Bukestad, which is 1.7. I would say they're similar in the sense of like defensive-minded players can produce some offense, but not getting much. So I put it around on an average of like 2.9 million for Jason Dickinson, which I think would be reasonable.
If the term's short enough.
Yeah, I didn't do term. I put one year actually for all these players because I'm not good at that. But I would bring him back. I think you'll just be looking for Jason Dickinson again if you don't go get him.
Yep, I think he's totally fine. And again, you keep a lot of your positional versatility in that forward group with Nuge up on the wing, Dickinson at 3C. You have some other pieces. Like maybe you just bring back Lazar as your fifth center or whatever you'd call it. But that brings me to the next one, and that was Adam Henrique, obviously. Cake or not cake? Is he an Oiler next season?
Wait. We'll let you know about that one.
Okay, we'll let you know.
Okay. Last one I had for you, Jack Roslovic. Cake or not cake?
Oh, that's not cake.
I don't think he's cake, unfortunately.
There's no way that's cake.
You think they shake hands and say, mission accomplished, you rebuilt your value, we got a 20-goal guy, thank you very much?
Yeah, and I think that's a good piece of business as well for both sides.
Yeah.
And I tried to do a comparable on him too, and it was a bit more difficult. There actually wasn't that many players like Roslovic available last year, I guess you could say. High end, let me know what you think of this. Kiefer Sherwood deal,
Which
is 5.75 million. I think it's 5 by 5. I don't think you'll get that high on the contract, maybe, but like
he scored 20 goals this year.
maybe. Well, I mean, if Sherwood's getting it, different kind of players, of course. The low end, I think, is probably what Mangiapane got, which is 3.6.
I bet you he's dead smack in the middle, like 4.
I think 4 something. Yeah. At least 4, I think.
Didn't the Oilers try to offer him before in the early offseason?
He said no.
He said no.
So I also think when you look at this team, it's like, okay, we know how defensive-minded they want to be. And I think Roslovic is kind of like trying to adapt his game a little bit to fit him a bit more with the Oilers. He had a good block shot the other day, actually. Do you want Roslovic and Howard? You know?
That's kind of where I was coming out on it, too, is like, is there room for both of them, if we're being totally honest?
And I think the Oilers need to take a step in the sense of like, okay, we need to give this young guy a chance. Like they did with Savoie, and now he looks like he might be a first-line player for them.
Yeah.
It took a while. Well, the season, I guess, but it worked out well.
The reality is we're probably adding also a new name to this roster that we don't even know about.
Totally.
And where do they slot in? And who's expendable?
Well, so that's exactly it, is I don't really see anyone that I've listed here, outside of obviously a Trent Frederick. But you're not moving on from, like, you're not going to get out of that.
What if we sign an impact winger? I'll go left winger for this. And that pushes Nuge and Podkolzin down, or pushes Podkolzin down. And then Ike is bye-bye.
Maybe, yeah. I did wonder if they try and get a top
Ike's
6
gotta play
guy.
the top 6. He's not gonna. He can't be a third-line guy.
When I did this as well. I just switched him and Podkolzin. And my third line was just Podkolzin, Dickinson, and Frederick as like a defensive unit.
But then you're asking Ike to make a big leap.
Yeah.
Which is the same leap Savoie's made.
Then we signed a nuclear defenseman.
Well, that can only work if a D-man's out the door, but...
Well, then a D-man's out the door.
So...
we are going to be adding. The time is now. There is going to be a new player that we didn't think of that's going to be signed July 1st. Guaranteed.
Totally. Yeah, 100%.
We might even get a little. Well, no, we've been getting a little frisky at the draft here and there, making some trades. So maybe we get a little frisky at the draft.
So let's say there isn't the big splash coming. Dickinson's your 3C. One of Clattenburg or Doc makes your team as your 4th left winger.
Sure.
Is it fair to say one of Hudson or Jarventi makes the team? Or is that a reach?
I think
Hudson, Jarventi, Lazar, and 2 of them are on the roster?
I think to start the season, neither of them will make the team. I think as the season progresses, sure, like things are obviously going to happen.
Yeah.
But I don't think to start the year I would have either of them. I know Howard just signed his 2-year deal.
I'm hoping we can sign some guys of more impact.
And also too, like, you would essentially have. I know Howard and Szymanski have played a good amount of games this year. You kind of would have 3 rookies in your bottom 6 potentially. Do you want that? Like, it seems like a lot.
Potentially almost
Have
4.
them come in and earn their spot when there's an injury or something.
And that's why I wonder if they would keep Yaremchuk around just for the veteran presence so when I did this too, and I'm sure we'll get into the blue line and defense and goaltending as well, but I had $3.2 million left, and that was signed with Dickinson, Murphy, and Ingram, what I think could be their averages, and that's with Yaremchuk on the team. But only 12 forwards. So
And that was how much money left?
3.1.
How much did you give
3.2,
Ingram?
sorry. 3.1.
Okay, and then you gave Murphy 4,
4.
and you gave Dickinson 2.9.
And that's also 8 defensemen, sorry.
Yeah, which they won't do. Okay.
Nah, probably not.
How did that get you to $3 million? They should have $16.7 million in cap space.
Do you want to look?
I'll
read it for you. It was I did Nuge, McDavid, Savoie, Eichhoward, Draisaitl, Hyman, Podkolzin, Dickinson at 2.9, Frederick, Yaremchuk, Szymanski, Colton Dock, and then my defensemen were Ekholm, Bouchard, Nurse, Murphy at $4 million, Warman, Emberson, and Stasny and Regula, and then my 2 goalies were Ingram and Jari.
When I do that math in my head, it should be closer to $8 million in cap space. Did you maybe use this year's cap number? What's your cap ceiling on there?
1.4, 104.
Weird.
Yeah, Do you want to see?
Yeah, actually, I do kind of want to
Okay.
see that.
Are you trying to credit yourself as a math guy?
I've improved in the area.
Did I do something wrong?
Damn. Look at me
Dual
with all these
screen.
laptops. I feel like I'm a scientist.
Or a mathematician?
Yeah. Kondak. Oh, you signed Roslovic in this, bro.
Oh, I thought I deleted him.
No, he's in there. You must have just sent him down to the minors.
Wow, maybe that's where he goes.
Revert.
Oh, that's silly. I signed him to
Wait.
like a $4 million deal, but he shouldn't be on the roster.
Yeah, but I think it. What did you do?
Press
here?
delete.
It was
These
still
things
up
are
there,
so
right?
difficult to sort out sometimes.
I don't know what you did here,
This
man.
is good content.
This is horrendous.
This is great.
That's why we shouldn't have been talking about Wreck-It Ralph in the basement for so long.
Someone says, you think Jason Dickinson deserves $100,000 less than Henrique? No, I don't. But I think that's what's going to happen. And I think Henrique was just overpaid.
Yeah, he was.
And I think Henrique probably had a bit of a higher offensive ceiling than what Dickinson has at the time.
Given his pedigree.
Yeah, at the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to do defenseman?
Sure. Oh, well, okay, let's put a bow on the forward conversation here.
Oh, is there
I
another
think kind of where I come out on this, the reason why I kind of go like Henrique isn't cake because I think you'll just like bring back a Lazar for league minimum. I think Kapanen's not cake because your top nine's starting to get a little crowded and you have other pieces, younger guys that I think you want to get in the mix and
He
start
gets
to
hurt a
audition.
lot.
And he gets hurt a lot.
Who's that, sorry?
And I think
Kapanen,
Roslovic's not cake unless you trade Ike Howard. But if you trade Ike Howard, do you have the money to even keep Roslovic? Because I'm assuming you're bringing in a high cap player if you were to trade a piece like Ike Howard. So I honestly think out of the 4 that I listed, the only one that's cake is Dickinson.
I think
One
he's
piece of cake.
1 piece of cake, 3 pieces of not cake.
I think he's the most important player to them.
Oh, yeah.
To sign out of the forward
Which is
group.
crazy because, again, Roslovic scored 20 goals.
Yeah, it's just circumstantial. I think the Oilers have the pieces to replace Roslovic internally.
And the new guy we're signing that you don't know about.
We don't know. Mystery cake, which we'll maybe do on
Oh.
free agency cake edition.
Oh, yes. Just big cake reveal.
But the side of it of like removing Roslovic is like, you would hope Trent Frederick can at least get 10 goals next season. You would hope Isaac Howard can at least get 10 to 12. And there's your
can't-
20, right?
We can't be banking on Isaac Howard next season.
No,
Why not?
I'm banking on Frederick.
It's wishful thinking. Could it happen? Yes, but you can't be banking your season on it like that. You have to hedge that.
No, I agree. Wouldn't be the guy I would look at first and be like, you have to fill the gap here.
But that's why I have him on my 3rd line.
But I'm looking at guys
But
like Savoie. What step can Savoie take? Can he get 5 more goals on the year alongside
Yeah.
McDavid?
Savoie is the exception. Like he was someone we kept in the system. We didn't yeah, he was down last year. We didn't put him down this year. This was his year to take a step. We decided to go the developmental approach in an NHL season, and he grabbed it by the balls, right, or the horns, whichever. He grabbed it all.
Yeah.
And now we were seeing the potential for production, and he just wasn't scoring. And now he's scoring. Like Ike still got like a few steps to take before he's at that level, and just to expect that he's just gonna like move into that next level next season automatically, like you cannot bank on that. If you
But we could have been saying the same thing about Savoie a year ago.
we kept him down last year.
Howard's been down for...
Howard's a different story though. He played his full college. He's either a late development guy or this is what he is. Right? Savoie was young, still developing, and also has a crazy high side skill and IQ and also wants the opportunity. He's got a heart in him. He competes. So you don't think so?
I think Howard has that.
Well, okay, but he might have it, but he might not have the tools. Like he might, maybe he doesn't have the defensive IQ. He might not have the boots. He might not have the things that have been preventing him from forcing the issue for him to stay. Like we gave Savoie a crack. He made opening day lineup, and he was visible most nights. He just wasn't scoring.
Yeah.
And it was just a matter of when, not if. Howard,
But can Howard be more... Like, Roslovic isn't super noticeable game to game
but he
to game.
scores 20 goals.
But he scores 20 goals.
But it's different.
Right, but like, can Howard maybe not 20, but is he a guy who, if you play him 82, there's a 10-game stretch where you're... Or, sorry, a 3-game stretch where you're like, holy shit, he is shooting the lights out, and he's got 4 goals. And then, yeah, there's 10 games where you go, is he doing much? Because Roslovic has had 10-game stretches this year where you're like, what the hell? Where'd he go?
Yeah.
Can Howard be, kind of to what Liam was saying, can Howard be Roslovic light where he gets you 12 to 15, and can you make up that other 5 in the aggregate?
Whoa. Like Savoie and
That's
can
C2
Frederick get
laptops
more?
math.
Yeah, no, I'm
aggregate.
with you. It's what you do with the other pieces that you can bring in
Yeah.
if you have them, and do the sum justify the means? Right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
I need the laptop charger.
Okay. We're just sharing a lot.
It's the sum of the parts.
Budget cuts. We had to cut the show down to one laptop charger.
I think the Oilers...
But I just like you just can't bank on it. You want Ike Howard to force that issue.
Yeah, and I think he's done a good job in Bakersfield to at least be in the conversation.
Sure.
Like, he's over a point per game player in that league. He's kind of doing everything you would ask him to do down there in that in sense of, like, production-wise. So,
But then we have to play him in the top 6.
Do
but
we?
Savoie played some
We
time.
haven't played Roslovic in the top 6 all year.
Yeah,
But Roslovic's different. That's what his superpower is. He can score in the bottom 6.
Maybe Howard has a superpower.
Like he's a like it's Like I hope there's that. It's not that I'm anti Ike Howard. It's just you just can't be so sure that that's what he's going to be next season.
Agreed.
That's it. And you got to hedge against it and have him prove us wrong.
But if he plays 60 games and he's scratched for 20 whatever, then I think that's also fine.
Is it?
I think being around an NHL team is a good thing. And I think for him to develop with the Oilers next season is the right thing to do.
Okay.
Defenseman another day?
Defenseman another day.
Okay. Can't wait.
Mystery player time?
Oh, yeah. All right.
Did you get the clues, Aaron? So this is just...
Which team?
We don't know the team.
I'll reveal it.
Oh.
Secrets.
So this is just... This mystery player played for the Oilers and a defunct franchise.
Yes. Exactly.
One more comment. Super Wing. I don't know why Tyler is hitching his wagon to Howard. I'm not. I've been critical of Howard this year. I also read from Bruce Kurlock 3 days ago that he's playing his best 200-foot hockey.
There also comes a point of like, okay, we want to sign this mystery
But he's playing
player.
his best 200-foot hockey because his 200-foot hockey was terrible. So now it's slightly better.
You can't do that, though.
But
That's
if-
like, no, I'm not getting it. Okay.
The Oilers want to say the Oilers want to add another big name forward.
Yeah.
Having 3 players on their ELCs in Szymanski, Savoie, and Howard allows that to happen.
Yes, that's a good point.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But you got to set the guy up for success because if you can't slot him right, I think that type of player, it's only going to hurt his career.
Depends how
And
he
it's
reacts.
tough for him
it.
to force the issue if he's only sliding into the fourth line every other night.
Yeah, they need to play him up the lineup for sure.
Marcus dropped in a super chat, $27.99. Thank you, Marcus. All super chats go to the Ben Stelter Foundation. In the last 2 years of McDavid, how many gambles do you want to take on a player like Howard? My point is maybe, or my answer to that is maybe more to Liam's point of like, if Ike Howard hits, what does that allow you to do everywhere else around Connor McDavid, right? Like,
It's such a big if, though, man. It's such like you don't always the hit percentage is low, and we got our hit with Savoie.
But can I make a point as well? What's the risk?
There isn't.
There's no risk to doing that. There's a risk to signing Mangiapane for $3.6 million.
No, it's true, and we've been screwing up on signings, but it is risking if you make that decision now on not signing someone.
I would argue it's the
trying to chase someone when it's too late.
I would argue it's the opposite, Jay, where the safe move is to find out what you have in Howard, and if it doesn't work, go find next year's Bobby McMahon at the deadline.
That's what I mean. Like, I wonder if they could just go and find that guy later in the season. Like, I mean, Roswig wasn't a summer signing. He kind of fell in their laps in a way, right?
Yeah, but you can't bank on that happening.
No,
every
totally.
year.
But my point is, like,
You can't bank on that.
the year before, Kapanen came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And, like, it's stuff seems to happen, is my point. Like, something's going to happen where you can
It's
just,
gonna
like,
happen, guys.
it's happened every year.
Well, you can project, Jay. You can project and look at things and watch guys' scouting reports.
Yeah.
I just think it's worth the risk. And I think it's a better risk to take than re-signing someone for more money, which has been proven you can't do. Like, we had, what was that gentleman's name? Jack Han the other day? Said he's like, Bowman's done a good job if you just remove every player he signed in free agency.
Yep.
Like, just don't. On July 1st, I think he said specifically.
If they took away his phone on July 1st, the Oilers would be in a much better spot.
Yeah. I think he's a player worth the risk.
All right. Mystery player time for Sports Closet. Check them out online, sportscloset.ca. 3 locations in the Edmonton area, St. Albert Mall, Sherwood Park Mall, and Kingsway Mall. The mystery player is someone who played for the Oilers and a now defunct franchise or team.
Yeah.
Why are you giggling?
Because that's what it is. You seem very confused by the
Because
concept.
it easily could be Derek Brassard.
Could be Derek, but he did play.
Could not be Derek Brassard.
He played for the Coyotes.
Oh, fuck. If you don't know how it works, we give you clues. As you get the clues, guess in the YouTube chat. If you're one of the first 3 people to get it, you are entered into a draw for $25 to the Sports Closet. Here we go.
I played for Edmonton and the Arizona Coyotes.
No.
No, it's not. It's not. I have 348 NHL games played, 60 between Edmonton and Arizona. Any guesses off the hop?
Yes. I'm going to write mine in the prep sheet. You tell me if it's him.
Yeah.
All right, let me open the prep sheet.
Yeah? It's not right?
Is it Chris Columbus?
No. That's not your guess is wrong too.
Are you watching in the YouTube chat, Liam, to see if anyone gets it?
I wasn't, but no one's got it yet.
Okay. So then why don't you give us clue number 2?
I was teammates with Connor McDavid in junior.
Oh, I know who it is.
Can I put it in the prep sheet? Oh, no.
No?
No. They were never teammates.
Oh, they
You
just
don't
played
remember they battled it out in the
okay.
championship.
Not Josh Brown, not Michael
Josh Brown.
Kesselring, guys. Those have been my 2 guesses.
Now, does that mean could that be World Junior or
It was Ariadas.
Ariadas.
Okay, still nothing in the chat. What about this guy?
Yeah.
It's him?
So my final clue
Oh.
is I was once claimed by a team after my team broke the hand of a defenseman on that team.
Why are you the way that you are? Is anyone else got? Oh, I see a second one there. But
There's a couple now.
Oh, based Ivy. Was there a third one up there that I missed?
There was one right at the bottom.
Oh, there you go.
Do the fourth one as
Big
well.
E. Should we give the people a fourth one, a fourth entry?
I think there was one. If it's fourth.
Based Ivy, I got. I don't know. I think.
Oh, there you go. Was it McDoust?
I think we're just doing the 3.
Oh, there you
Was
go.
that
Kale.
last
No?
season we had him?
Yeah, it was
Okay, we
last
put the
season.
3 in.
And then they reclaimed it. It was Travis Dermott, of course.
Travis Dermott is your mystery player today, everybody.
Played 60 games, only 10 with the Oilers. Played with McDavid until 2015 in Erie. And then the Oilers played the Minnesota Wild.
Yeah.
They broke Jacob Middleton's hand.
Yeah.
And they put Dermott on waivers, and he got claimed, and the Oilers reclaimed him later in the year.
And then they
and then
sent
he
him
never
to
played
Bakersfield.
never played again. I don't think.
Well, they claimed him, and then they were like, "We're sending you down." And I think he was kind of like, "No, I'm not going." And they
Yeah,
were,
which
they were
is
like, "Okay."
weird for him to say, considering he was an American League player.
Yeah.
He's currently playing for the Hartford Wolfpack.
Wolfpack. All right. So the 3 names that are going into the wheel are Big E, Based Ivy, and Caden Boutin. Boutin?
Probably booting.
Probably Boutin. You're right. Like your golden boot behind you.
Yeah, you see this, Jay? Heart and hustle.
Nice.
Yeah.
Proudly on display. Look how proud he is.
I haven't
Big
won.
curler.
I haven't won an award playing soccer since U14.
Oh, it's a soccer trophy?
Yeah, can you not tell?
Curler on there.
Yeah, and yep.
And a rain boot.
Since
All
I'm
right,
most
3
improved.
names in the wheel. $25 to the sports closet up for grabs. Spin that wheel. Here we go.
Could be anyone.
Could be anyone. Could be Big E. Could be Based Ivy. Could be Based
doesn't
Ivy.
have
Is
enough.
it Based Ivy? It is Based Ivy.
Oh, that was
Heartbreaker
close.
for Big E.
Do you think that's the Big E?
Heartbreaking for Big E. Based Ivy, you're the winner. You can email me, Tyler@Oilersnation.com, and we'll get you hooked up with $25 to the sports closet. Wise Kyle said I was right after Based Ivy. I don't think you were. I think Big E
I didn't
was in
see
there.
you, Kyle.
Also, Kyle, I think you've won too many times.
You were making too many. It's probably a Jack Campbell comment or something.
Yeah, and you
anyway.
guess too much.
Yeah, guess you watch too much.
Yeah, you hear too much. Continuing along with the
But
show.
don't worry, you're cake to me, man.
Yeah, thanks, Kyle.
Bet365 Game Day Betting Challenge is brought to you by Bet365. Tired of waiting for the game to end to get paid? Ready to move on to the next puck drop? That's why at Bet365, an official partner of the NHL, they have the 3-goal early payout. If the team you're riding goes up 3 goals at any point in the game, they'll pay your bet out early. Hockey moves fast, and now with 3-goal early payout, there's one less thing you have to wait around for. Bet365, download the app and see what early payouts all about. Must be 19 or older. Please play responsibly. All right. How close were you to taking the lead?
Actually, would have been second. You would have taken. You would have been.
Oh, I would have
last.
hit.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Jay threw up what was the payout on that one? Plus
2,400.
Plus
2,400.
400, I think. Yeah.
And you missed it by one Evan Bouchard shot.
One.
Pretty
One.
ironic.
And he had like 4 or 5 blocked, I swear to God.
It's 6 shot attempts and only 2 of them got through.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It was happening. It was
Yeah.
happening.
I was. When I saw Bouchard scored, I thought you had won. I was like, God damn it! It finally
All in
happened.
one shot, the goal
Yeah.
and the last shot.
And then I couldn't believe. I honestly, the next day, I went to look again because sometimes they add. They did not. Also, too, that Vasilevsky shot did not count. That Josh Szymanski goal did not count on Vasilevsky. which I don't understand. Yeah, it did not count as a shot. I don't get how that happens. Maybe, I mean, it shouldn't, but
He gave up 2 goals.
I know, but look at the shots against.
So it didn't count as a shot, just a
Because it was
goal
his own
against.
goal?
Yeah, it counted as a goal against, but
Oh,
not a shot.
Okay, yeah.
But
that
then
makes-
why would that one the other day on Jari count when it clearly was missing a net and just hit Connor Murphy and like dipped over him?
I don't know, man.
Weird. I don't get it.
Maybe it's because a player actually still like physically dumped
Hit
and
it.
shot
Yeah,
it.
that makes sense. I guess, yeah, he didn't technically. Yeah, I suppose.
All right,
Either way, let's see the standings.
here's what we got.
Yes!
Liam in front,
For the time being,
large and in charge. Liam Horrobin. Look at you in that hockey equipment.
a minus 1.55 units. You are.
Such a funny photo.
That's a healthy season.
Yeah.
Jay
Yeah.
6-41 on the year.
We're chasing.
You
One
are.
shot away from being plus units.
Again, it's stunning that you're 35 games below 500
Yeah.
and only down 18
It's the
units.
Pacific Division.
This really is the Pacific Division of betting challenges.
It's because
To
I've
say
won
the
a plus
least.
1100.
And I mean, I've only won 5 more than you, which is crazy.
Yeah, well,
Picks for tonight, boys. I'm taking a swing. Matt Savoie, 3 shots. He's gotten 4+ in 3 of his last 4, but I'll take it at 3 today. Evan Bouchard, 3 shots. Almost had it last game, or did have it last game. Almost had it against Vegas. Like him to hammer pucks today on home ice. Money line and Oilers to score over 3.5. The over 3.5 took this from like plus 450 to plus 600. So I'm all over that extra juice.
oh yeah.
Couple shot props, they'll win, they'll score. Plus 600 is my pick.
I like that one. I went with Oilers money line, Evan Bouchard 1 point, Darnell Nurse 2 shots. 2 block shots, sorry. Don't know how to say that in French.
Nurse over 1.5 blocks. Boosh point. Oilers money line.
He's been
plus
blocking them
250.
for fun recently.
Yeah,
The whole team
like
has.
it's his day
Yeah.
job.
The mentality has changed.
Jay, your pick.
I got a few. Chasing the juice on the regulation win.
Why stop there?
Connor gave 4+ shots because Leon ain't there, and he wants goals.
Yeah.
He's hungry. He's fine. Boosh, I went safe and went 3+ shots. Connor McDavid 2 points because he gets points on everything.
It's fair.
And Pods is due to score.
There's the one.
I moved around on who was it gonna be. I had it as Boosh. I had it as Connor. I even went Eki. But I'm like, Pods is due.
Last goal was against San Jose on March 17th.
Yeah, he's due. He's due. It's the season of Pods.
Let's hope
Plausible.
so.
Or Podsable. as some would say. Win that one, and because what was that? Plus
19. Plus 19, right, Aaron? Plus 18.
plus 18.
It was 19.
Plus
Was it
19.
19?
There's your swing.
If I win Eki, it was plus 5,500. Just saying.
Oh,
Just saying.
do you know he hasn't scored a goal since his hat trick?
I know it's been a moment. He's due.
He might be
And
due.
he's been getting points like crazy.
He has. I think he has 11 points during that.
You know,
stretch.
we only have 6 games left in the betting
I was
challenge.
just
'cause
looking at
the
that.
2 weekend games.
God, just gotta survive.
Like, I can't lose. Because it's no fun. A, because I don't care if I get a spray tan. B, I can get tanned as if I had a spray tan.
I know someone said that in the chat. They're like, Jay just wants the free spray tan.
I
else?
should have just sat on the sun in Vegas for 2 days. I would have been just as tanned.
Yeah.
I stayed in the shade, oddly enough. It's hot.
All right.
I just don't know what I would do if I got the spray tan.
Go out and look great.
Yeah, I was gonna say you would just look tan. What do you?
I
mean?
know,
Liam,
it's just the
something's
co-
changed with Liam. He's got a swagger, an aura.
I don't know if I want an aura.
Well, you could. Beauty thing about spray tans is they're temporary, so you can live with an aura for a few days and decide whether you like it.
Yeah, how long do they linger? What if it's bad?
What if it's good? Right, Liam? You're always on the negative side of things.
That's funny. I get told I'm quite the optimist at home.
By who?
The only other person I live with.
Oh. Really? You're the optimistic one in the relationship?
I would say so. Glass half full kind of guy.
Yeah. Sure. Germans are going to the game tonight. Looks like they're going to have fun. They met Philip Grubauer earlier today.
You know, it's worked out for them. They even got to see David Lewandowski. Like, they really planned this out.
Oh, they just and some of them got to meet Szymanski.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Cool.
some of them got to meet Szymanski too. The Germans are doing their thing. They're coming to Edmonton and living their best life, and they're on a streak. I think this is. I can't remember. Well, if
Like,
it
they go to a lot of
goes
wins?
back to their even first trip, because the first trip here was 2020, so it was when COVID got canceled. And I think we lost. I think we won a boring ass game against Columbus, and then we went and watched the next game on television, and the Oilers lost, but they weren't in the building. I swear they are 5-0.
No way.
Yeah,
Really?
I swear they are.
Damn. Well, let's keep that alive.
Giddy up. Hopefully
Keep
they
it
keep
hot.
it.
They bring good vibes.
They're going with Ryder and Lisa tonight and the Sauce Crew.
Nice.
And then Liam and I and BM are going with them on Thursday.
Yeah.
It's sweet that they got 3 games, too.
Yeah, it worked out well.
Really
Last
well.
time we went with them, didn't we,
Morgans.
last year? And we met Devon Shaw. Oh, I guess it was a few years ago.
Yeah, that was
3
a
years
number
ago.
of years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay called me. Like, it was like an hour and a half before the game. They were like, the Germans want you to come and meet Devon Shaw. And I went and met him.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. Got a signed hat.
Thanks for popping on today, Jay. And
luck tonight, guys.
somewhat following the rules of Is It Cake.
Well, you changed the concept.
Yeah, that was a tough Is It Cake. I have to say.
It had to be a cake buffet presentation
Yeah.
of Is It Cake.
All right.
All the cakes revealed at once. Judges collaborate, come back. Cake, not cake. Cake, not cake.
And we
Cake.
kind of got there.
Well, yeah.
But we had to talk it out. Power conversation.
Yeah, as always.
All right. See you on Thursday for another game day edition of the show.
Okie dokie.
There you go. We're going to get to
Farewell.
our guest line. Our guest line, by the way, brought to you by the Prairie Toyota dealers. Oh, you're just going to have to walk in front of the camera.
Just didn't work out.
Red
at
Tag
all.
Days.
Still trying to figure this out.
Looking to dominate off the ice as much as your team does on it? Check out the Toyota Tacoma. Its standard I-Force engine boasts an impressive towing capacity of up to 6,400 pounds. In fact, it's the most powerful Tacoma ever. So whether you're hauling gear to the rink or heading to an away game, you can tackle it with ease. The available panoramic multi-terrain view monitor gives you live underfloor view to navigate even the toughest terrain with ease. When it's time to load up, the available power liftgate makes loading your gear in and out a cinch. Experience power, capability, and convenience with the Toyota Tacoma. Visit shoptoyota.ca or your local Prairie Toyota dealer during Red Tag Days on now, March through May. Zach Phillips. He's on the sheet with Jeff Merrick. He's on Leafs Nation. He joins us today. Zach, how are you?
I'm so excited by the buzzwords that I just got to hear from the president of Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment. I think the amount of times he said strategy, alignment, culture, and we are reinvigorated here in Toronto. There's so much optimism now, so I'm all positive, boys.
So, where do we want to start? Were you surprised that it was Brad Treliving who paid the price for this season, and were you surprised on the timing at all?
2 parts. Tree Living, no, I think that was the one I was kind of a little bit more iffy on. I leaned more towards he would wear it, and then he would be gone at the end of this season, and ultimately would probably wipe out the, the structure that they have in place right now. New coach, new people come in here to supplement whatever they have going on. The timing was whack. Like, everything about the timing to me is insane. I understand that it could have happened before the end of the season, and I just listened to the press conference that happened, and they talked about the fact that they want to get a head start on the search here for the new GM. And Keith Pelly talked about the fact that they wanted to do the firing today rather than yesterday, but Brad had said, hey, if you're going to fire me, just fire me. Okay, I mean, that's like, you're his boss. You could have just said, like, let's just do it tomorrow. But no, but it's 8:45 p.m. on a Monday night, an hour and 15 minutes ahead of, I don't want to overhype it, but like the most anticipated game of the Maple Leaf season, just based on how flat the entire season has been and what we were all expecting from the response, even outside of the containment of Toronto and Toronto fandom of looking at that game being like, what will the Maple Leafs do tonight? Like, it broke that containment. People around the NHL were waiting for this. And then the Maple Leafs just threw a grenade in the mix and were like, oh, yeah, by the way, we fired our GM. What do you think about that? And it's like, well, probably weird timing on this one, boys. Like, wait till tomorrow. The other part of it that I find weird here as well is, why did he run the trade deadline? Like, it wasn't like the trade deadline was 2-3 months ago. The trade deadline was more or less about
25
2.5,
days.
3 weeks ago here now. Right. So, okay, so just over 3 weeks here now that we're looking at. And the point that kept getting brought up yesterday is, was there a construct that was in place where it was like, Brad, run this, but you're going to be operating under these parameters? And the thing that I keep coming back to, and a lot of people I'm talking to about this keep coming back to, is Matthew Knies' name was out there. That doesn't scream operating within the parameters to me. Like, that is a massive organizational change. That isn't a guy who's like, well, I've just been told to get rid of my UFAs and clean this thing up, and then I'm out of here. That's a guy who thinks he's making big changes and being a part of things going forward. And now all of a sudden we're turning the page and saying, hey, this thing didn't work out. So the whole timeline of how this all played out is just very, very weird to me right now.
But also, to even just follow that line of thinking, if he was told 2 weeks before the deadline, Brad, we aren't sure if we're keeping you past this year, so you're only allowed to trade your UFAs. Well, then with what we heard today, at that point, he should have gone, well, if you're going to fire me, and then they should have fired him, right? Like that, someone's lying here.
Exactly. That's a great point there as well. I hadn't even pieced that part of it together. If he's now saying, well, yeah, you're going to fire me, like, let's rip the Band-Aid off. Yeah, good point, Tyler. Like, that should have also been the conversation that happened then. And, you know, I talked about it with Jeff here, and I was talking about it a little bit yesterday, but it kind of just feels like the operation is flying by the seat of their pants a little bit throughout the course of this season. I look at the move to fire Mark Savard and not Craig Berube, and then the rumors that come out that they were told, or Brad Treliving was told, well, you can fire somebody, but it can't be Berube. So he goes and fires Mark Savard. And then you see the fact that they only acquire Troy Stetcher. Like, there were opportunities here to do things with this lineup. They didn't have to be major, but his big move this year was Troy Stetcher off waivers. No disrespect to Troy Stetcher, but like, that was your franchise-saving move to save your ass, and that was the only thing you did. It's kind of like they're operating under this whole we don't know thing. We don't know if this thing will turn around. We don't know if Craig Berube is the right guy. We don't know if Brad will be here soon. And then even as I came on here with you guys shortly before the Olympic break when the Leafs are going on that West Coast road trip, and they played the Oilers. I think it actually might have been in that West Coast road trip. And we were talking about the fact that the Leafs their plan was more or less about what happens in this week. And then what happens in the week that we come back from the Olympics. Well, in what world is that the right way to run an organization, is taking it 3 to 5 games at a time and determining, do we win or do we lose, and then making decisions. And in a way here, it almost feels like, you know, like kind of joking, but based on the way MLSE is running things right now, it's almost like they see, you know, a tweet pop up, Bobby McMahon scored again, and they're like, wow, we only got a second and fourth. Brad, you're done, buddy. You didn't get enough for this one. Like, I just can't help but looking at these things and thinking that they're looking at reactions and results and being like, okay, now we got to act.
So what kind of GM should be the next guy, and who do you actually think it will be? Because, I mean, you go from Dubas, who is obviously like kind of a different, younger vibe.
A builder, right?
Yeah.
Like methodical, had a plan.
And you get Treliving, who's obviously been around the block and
Before
experienced.
that was Lou.
Yeah, and they've done a bit of everything. So, like, where do you think they go next?
Where do I think they go and where do I want them to go? I think are
Yes.
going to be two different answers. Where do I think they go is the more traditional big name, get the guy who's known. I keep looking at this whole Doug Armstrong thing and feeling like the more it gets talked about, the more smoke that there is, it just becomes more than just a fire. Like, this is now all of a sudden like a burning, like, forest fire that we're witnessing here. And there's black clouds everywhere around this thing. I'm not trying to say that that's going to happen, but it just keeps coming up over and over again. Doug Armstrong, and what he would want in his new role. I'm not trying to say Doug Armstrong's a bad GM, but it just kind of feels like they're just looking at it being like, there's the name value guy. This will put people at ease. What I think it's time for them to do is find somebody, unfortunately, who's probably a little bit more towards what Kyle Dubas was. I think he's right guy, wrong time in Toronto, but I think you kind of, like the Matthew McConaughey meme, like sometimes you have to go back to actually go forward. I kind of feel like we're approaching that territory where it's like, yeah, you remember that guy who was forward thinking and then we think drove this thing off the cliff? Well, maybe he was just here at the wrong time. Maybe we need to go back to the forward thinkingness of what he was. I think you need somebody who's going to come in here and be creative, somebody who's going to be willing to be a little bit of a gunslinger and more or less separate themselves from what MLSE and like the business side of things are. And I'm not talking about running on their own page and their own agenda, but willing to have some pushback and be like, I get that you're looking to make money here and all this, but this is the right decision for the hockey club. So this is what we need to be doing. I think that probably involves a president of hockey ops, but it has to be somebody forward thinking. I personally don't care if it's somebody who's been a general manager before. I don't care if it's somebody who's an AGM right now or if it's somebody who's a former player who wants to get into this. As long as they're insulated in the right environment with the right people around them, whether that is presidents of hockey ops and people with that kind of experience, or if it's AGMs or advisors or whatever. I don't care, but someone has to come in here with a different, more creative type of approach. And I know those are buzzwords, so kind of I'll just give you an example to kind of close on that little bit there is like, you need to go and find the guy who is your Justin Sordiff, your Jacob Chikrin, your Sam Reinhart, Sam Bennett, before they become that guy. Don't go and sign Radish now that he's had a career year in Tampa and be like, well, we've got the sexy name out there on the free agent market. Don't go get that guy and pay that kind of money. Find the guy who can be your Darren Radish where he comes into your system and grows to Darren Radish. Identify those people. Make those kinds of trades. Time to start making hockey trades here in Toronto. And that's what I think that they need to kind of make sure that they're focusing on with the next general manager and front office group.
There's a narrative that's, flying around, and sometimes it's justified, sometimes maybe it's not, but it's like, oh, the culture, right? Oh, do they bow out in the playoffs because the room's bad and the culture's broken? For you as a Leafs fan, do you have any level of concern that a Doug Armstrong or someone will get this job, come in and say, I'm putting my stamp on this thing, I'm changing the culture, I'm trading Nylander, or I'm trading Matthews? Like, are you concerned, or would you welcome change of that level?
I honestly, I don't even know anymore, guys. Like, the one thing that I noticed last night watching the game, William Nylander puts up a goal and 3 assists against the Anaheim Ducks. He has 4 points. If it's not for him last night, I don't think that they win that game. I don't think they even probably grab a point against Anaheim last night. There was one moment that happened, and this is me doing, like, the best caveman hockey fan impression that I can do here, but William Nylander gets grabbed from behind by Minchikov in front of the net. Minchikov throws William Nylander to the ground and kind of pushes him while he's on the ground. Easton Cowan, the 20-year-old rookie who's now fought, I think, 3 times this season, one of which we'll throw loosely fight on this one, Nikita Zadorov. He dropped his gloves and he chased him down because he hit John Tavares. Like, this is a kid who quickly recognized what I need to do to be doing my part here on this team and being a good teammate. Jumps in, he mauls Minchikov, grabs him, pushes him against the boards, takes him to the ground. The behind shot of William Nylander is him slowly getting up, looking at Easton Cowan in the battle, looking at a scrum ensuing, and just sitting there on one knee, leaning on his stick. And then as you continue to watch the video, Ville Husso skates over and 2-hand whacks, or well, I guess like 1 hand like overhead whacks, as you see here on the video. Watch as he goes down to the ice here. Cowan comes flying in, and then Husso... 2-hand was an over-exaggeration. That's on me. He 1-hand whacks Nylander. Yeah. And Nylander just sits there on his knee, looks up at him, and goes, okay. Like, that stuff to me is where it breaks my brain watching these guys, because it starts at the top. Like, tell me that Sidney Crosby is sitting on the ice there last night, having that happen to him and just being like, okay, I'm not saying he's dropping the gloves with people, but he's getting in the mix. And now that's one of the greatest leaders, in hockey, so it's a hard comparison. But, I throw Draisaitl. I threw McDavid in there last night. I threw Nathan McKinnon in there. Like, Nathan McKinnon is probably taking his helmet off and throwing it at somebody. I'll never forget that clip of Connor Garland. But you know what I mean? Like, they're going nuts. They've got a little bit of that in them. The guys in Toronto don't, and for that reason, I feel like none of this culture will ever change. That's what scares the shit out of me here right now. And I'm not talking about building a big, mean, stone fist team here, but I don't know that the guys you have who are at the top are the guys who should be at the top. They might need to be your two-piece to be the guy who complements the guy who's the alpha dog. I don't know if these guys are the alpha dogs.
I did actually want to ask you about Cowan before you brought it up because of that clip. Is this something he has just changed in his game, or has he always kind of been known for this kind of scrappiness, I guess?
In junior, he was a little bit pissy. I wouldn't say he was really like this extent. He had a little bit to him where he kind of just wouldn't take things as much, but I think some of that is just like he was so good, and he was on a team of guys who were so good he didn't really have to take it. He was on the ice for the Matthews injury. He was one of the guys who was out there. He was close to it when it happened. And I gave him the excuse personally, and I just said, like, dude, you're 20 years old. You're listed at 6 foot. I don't think you're 6 foot. I think you're probably coming in like 5'9", 5'10" here. And that's Radko Gudas. And when you look at the guys that were on the ice, Brandon Carlo, Morgan Riley, William Nylander, it was them who should have jumped in and done something, especially just given who they are, what they mean to the organization, how long they've been there, all that kind of stuff. But Easton Cowan came out after and he said, I should have stepped up. I should have done something. I should have responded. I was not good enough in that moment. Obviously paraphrasing effectively what he said there. But since that moment, any opportunity that's arose, he's taken advantage and jumped in there without hesitating. You can look at when it was Jackson Lacombe hit Nick Robertson in the third period of that Anaheim game. He jumped in and fought him. When Zadorov hit John Tavares in the boarding penalty that he got, he was the first guy to chase him across the ice and throw off his gloves and hunt him down. Then you look at that one there last night. He's the first guy into the mix, into the pile, grabbing guys. Like, he very clearly has this in him. I don't think that this is something that's performative out of him, which is kind of why I'm giving him the pass more than anybody else on the team. So to kind of answer your question, Liam, he's always had a little bit in him. I've never seen it to this degree where it was like, in Toronto now after last night's game, I'm reading the chat on After Dark and people are like, we've got the next Darcy Tucker. I'm like, okay, let's pump the brakes. But, nobody was making those comparisons before the last month. Let's put it that way.
I just wanted to ask too, I feel like we've heard a lot of the players talk about what they should have done in that moment for Matthews and whatever. We can talk about it till we're blue in the face. But has Matthews said anything since he's been hurt? Like, has he made any comment on what his teammates should have done, I guess?
No, I haven't seen anything from him. I've not seen any quotes. The most that we know is that he's undergone surgery and what the injury was, which for anybody who closely tracks anything happening in Toronto, like even the fact that they told us it was anything more than just a lower body injury was kind of shocking. Like this is the team who will be like, Austin Matthews is experiencing lower body discomfort, and then we wouldn't see him until October of next year, and all of a sudden you find out he's been walking around with crutches all summer. But no, we haven't heard anything from him himself, and I just have one little frustration that I've been experiencing myself. So let me lay this out to you guys and tell me if you think this is fair or not. To anybody who's suggesting that Austin Matthews would look at these guys and be grossed out by the fact that he didn't have cavalry come to his aid after that hit, my pushback is, what has he done? What has he ever done when his teammates have been injured or taken down or taken out or in scrums to suggest that he's the guy who sticks up for them? Because let's not forget here, he's the one who wears the C, boys. He's not just the superstar on the team. Like, okay, William Nylander at least just doesn't even wear a letter. So you can look at him and be like, well, are you really a leader? Well, whatever. You're just the best player. You're just a skilled guy who just goes out there and does what he does. Austin Matthews is the captain of this team. Easton Cowan hit into the post earlier this season. I think it was Ozzy Wise, but on the Nashville Predators. Throws him into the post, back checking. Austin Matthews was 5 feet away, just turned and looked at him and just kept going, turned up the ice. A couple of years ago, Timothy Liljegren goes into the corner, gets taken out by Brad Marchand, goes feet first into the boards, ends up leaving with an ankle injury. Austin Matthews was 5 feet away. Looked at it, turned away, kept skating. There's been numerous instances for this guy to do something. And again, when we talk about the culture here and the problem, and me talking about the William Nylander thing, that's just another piece of it. These guys don't even want to stick up for themselves. Sherratt ragdolling him in the playoffs, grabbing him from behind. Nobody is ever going to forget that image of him grabbing him in the Montreal series. Stamkos ragdolling him in the Tampa series. They won't even stick up for themselves, let alone anybody else. And then it's like, oh no, we expect everyone to come to his aid. Well, how could he be mad when he won't do it for anybody else?
It's like you said, man. Starts at the top, I think, right? And
Yeah.
that's why I think this next hire is going to be so interesting.
And not Ozzy Wise black fella. He's getting a bit of a reputation, Zach. He's the same guy that hit Draisaitl. Then all of a sudden, Nashville puts out a post. How can anyone hate this guy? Very easily. I will tell you that much. Very easily.
I wanted to wrap up with this, Zach, as we head towards the playoffs. Obviously, you do the TLN stuff, but you're on the sheet with Jeff as well. I guess a more league-wide question with the Leafs missing the playoffs. Is there a team that maybe you're not like hopping on the bandwagon and like cheering for them, but is there a team you have a soft spot for that you'd like to see go on a run, whether it's in the East or the West?
Edmonton?
You don't have to say Edmonton just because it's an Oilers show. You can say another team.
No, no. Okay, well, actually, quickly, if the Oilers missed the playoffs and the Leafs made the playoffs, would you guys cheer for the Leafs to win the Stanley Cup?
I would cheer for them to lose in the Stanley Cup final because I think that would be a very funny outcome.
Actually, I
Yeah,
would.
exactly.
I would cheer for them if Boston Pizza was on board with us. Because
if Boston Pizza
was
Team up
here.
for the cup?
Team up for the
Although,
cup.
now that Brad's out,
Okay.
I don't know if
True.
Jim Treeley
Yeah.
is signing off on any Leafs ad deals.
No, to answer your question, I don't know. Like, I kind of like the fun stories in what I'm seeing in, like, Utah or somebody like that to push through and, like, go on a run. I'm not necessarily saying win the cup. I think this year is going to more so be the year of, like, taking a back seat as far as fandom or rooting for anybody and seeing anything. But, like, them... Okay, what can you do here? I like the direction that they're heading in just in terms of what they've got at the top in Ryan Smith and the management group and, you know, the upgrades and how much they're buying into the team and the fans and everything like that. Like, I'd like to see them hold on to a playoff spot and then go in there and do something here. I don't know. I know that this is like the big bad, ooh, look at this guy. Look at the pick he's making here. But, like, the Colorado Avalanche haven't won a playoff round since they won the Stanley Cup. I love Nathan McKinnon. Like, I love watching this guy play and the damage that he does and how badly he wants to win. And you saw how much it killed him losing at the Olympics and knowing how much of a factor he played into that. I don't know if it's necessarily winning the cup because this year I kind of just don't care. As long as the caveat I'll put on this is nobody in the East winning outside of like Tampa is the one team I could accept. Like Montreal, nightmare for me as a Leafs fan. Red Wings, if they got in and did it, nightmare. Sens, if they got in and did it, nightmare. Habs, Sabres, those are all nightmares. So like, let's just avoid that.
Seeing Sid go on a run would be cool.
Oh yeah, okay. You know what? I could get behind that. Behind that. But like,
Pittsburgh.
it's just a couple of teams that I'd be like, yep, that's cool. But there's nobody really that I'm like, let's get in on this team and let's be the biggest fan of them right now. But
All right.
I don't know. Again, Nathan McKinnon, I think in the Avs, that would probably be the top of my list.
Zach, appreciate your time. Thank you very much for popping on as always, and we'll chat again soon because the Leafs never stop making news.
Yeah, no kidding. Thanks for having me, boys. Appreciate it. Enjoy the
See you,
rest of the
Zach.
show.
Zach Phillips, TLN, The Sheet with Jeff Merrick. Always appreciate you giving us some time. Liam, one more quick thing to do.
Okay.
It's a look around the Pillow Pacific, and it's brought to you by GMC. It's Truck Month, and that means it's your opportunity to get into a 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 Pro Graphite Crew Cab and get a $6,000 cash purchase credit. That's only until today, by the way.
Whoa.
You're getting a 2-inch factory lift with off-road suspension, a powerful 5.3-liter V8 engine, and a commanding presence that demands attention. Hurry in to go see the Sierra 1500 Pro Graphite Crew Cab in person and take advantage of Truck Month before it ends. My nephew, his new thing right now is he wants to see everybody's engine.
Oh,
He's
nice.
learning. He's whatever, right? He's just over 2 or he's 2.5.
Yeah.
And like I pulled up yesterday to pick up my brother-in-law for hockey, and he's in the window. He comes to the door. He's like, "Can I see your engine?" So you got to go pop the hood, and you got to show him, and you go, "What is it?" And he looks. He goes, "V6." It's honestly the cutest thing ever.
That is cool.
God.
I got a call yesterday from my sister-in-law who never calls me, and she was like, "Oh, he's been saying uncle. He said he wants to talk to uncle."
Yeah.
So can we FaceTime? So I was like, yeah, sure. And I get on, and he literally just does not say a word.
Oh yeah, that happens all the time.
And then I was playing with Charlie, my dog at the time, and I flipped the camera. I was like, look, I'm playing with the dog. And he just goes, doggy. And he's like, every time I flipped it back to me, he's like, where's the doggy? I'm like, wow, this is not how it's supposed to go.
Pillow Pacific, Liam. Yesterday, the Sharks got a big win over the St. Louis Blues.
Oh, did I miss them?
That keeps them relatively in the playoff
Yeah.
picture. The Golden Knights doubled up the Canucks 4-2, and the Ducks choked off a point against the Leafs. It should have been a 2-point game.
Yeah.
Leo Carlson said they should have won by 3.
Yeah, Leo Carlson, who I thought got injured in the game. Katagoche left the game. too.
Katagoche left. Carlson left and came back. Cale Makar left the game.
Did he really?
And it could be a significant upper body injury for Cale Makar.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually too bad. Yeah, 1 point. There's a quote from Carlson. He said, 1 point's not good enough to get in this game. We should have beaten this team by 3 at least, which is very funny, I think, for an Anaheim Ducks player to say after Jack continuously said on the broadcast on Saturday how often they're behind in games.
Yeah, they're always losing.
They're always losing. And then they come back and win. Credit to him for that. But, yeah, I don't know. A bit of a arrogant approach, I guess, for what was like a big game for those teams.
So the Ducks are now 4 points up on the Oilers, and they do not have a game in hand anymore. Edmonton and Seattle are the lone Pacific game tonight. So Edmonton can move back to within 2 points of the Anaheim Ducks. They don't play them again this year. If the Oilers go undefeated, the Ducks would have to go 6-1-1 to pass them.
Okay.
It's there. It's there for you.
Yeah, they just got to win tonight. The Ducks are kind of slipping up a little bit.
Little bit. 5-3-2 in their last 10. Edmonton looking for their first 4-game winning streak of the season. They take on the Seattle Kraken tonight down in Ice District at 7 o'clock. That means Aaron's live at 6 o'clock with pre-gaming. You and Menzies or what?
Yeah, but I got the Menzies all week long. Should be a
Lovely.
good little. Also, if Rico hits 50 games without scoring,
Oh,
might have to pull something out. Might
Do
have to
we,
pull out an old friend of ours.
damn, I haven't even thought about the map in a long time.
Whoa. What are you talking about, man?
I wonder where we're at. It'd be hard to say, right? Because it measures it based off the start of the season. So we'd really have to do some math. But I
We'll
guess
do
it was
some
only
math.
like 6 games into the year he scored. Oh, let's hope he gets one.
Or not. Or gets to 50.
Or not,
so
yeah. V's game 3 tonight as well.
Big one. Who they playing?
The Seattle Thunderbirds down in Seattle
Ooh,
against. I think his first name is Marcus. Marcus LaRocque plays on the team. George's son.
Oh, yeah.
So he's a tough kid.
Blue Jays got smoked yesterday.
How'd my guy do? Kyle Freeland, did he play?
He did not play.
Didn't play.
He's a starter. I think he'll play on on Wednesday.
I heard there was an
Injury.
injury, bad one.
Cody Ponce might have blown up his knee. We don't
Oh.
know. We don't know.
Oh, that's honestly really too bad.
It's really sad, yeah.
So-
Max Scherzer starts tonight, though.
Oh, he's back.
Mad Max is back.
How old's he now? As old
He's
as Henrique?
39? No, he's older than that. Isn't he 40? It's his 19th pro season, I think.
Jeez, what a player. So with
He's 41.
Damn, Cody Ponce. How did he blow out his knee?
He was running off the mound to go chase a ground ball, and he just did the thing where he steps and you kind of see his
Yeah.
knee buckle and he goes
Brutal.
down. So, yeah, we don't know if we don't know how serious it is.
Well, hopefully not too bad. Last thing on the Blue Jays, I'll ask: did Bo Bichette get booed?
Yeah, probably he's been bad through his first couple games in
only
New
played
York.
3 games.
That's New York baseball fans.
That's
So
stupid. For our Canadian soccer fans, Italy currently has a 1-0 lead over Bosnia. The winner of that goes into Canada's group of the World Cup.
damn.
England currently down to Japan. Hasn't happened for a long time. The 40s.
All right. Got to wrap up the show, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you all back here tomorrow, noon Mountain. Enjoy the hockey tonight. Oil up.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation Every Day, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.